So we're day 2 of the India portion of this trip, really day 3 of the whole trip. And today was I thought a fantastic day.
Yeah.
But I feel exhausted today.
I was gonna say we didn't sound like we had a great day.
Yeah,
We're just tired.
So
It was
excited.
so exciting. No, it was great.
No, it was we went to the school and just hung out with the kids.
All day.
Yeah.
We probably were there longer
We actually-
today than at any time last trip.
I think you're right. And I think, we were definitely there before any kids today, or any teachers.
Yeah. Like we were there at 8 o'clock
Yep.
and we left at 4-ish,
Something like that.
something like
Close to
that.
yeah.
Because we got back to the flat at like 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
So,
So it was a good day. I think it was an important day. At least I felt that way, just about
yeah.
hanging with the kids. I think we got more accomplished today in that, 7 hours than we did in the first 4 days of our program last time, just in the relationship building. I mean, I felt like we had connections with those.
This is one of those non-tangibles, like, when people say when you do a program, the first time you go, you kind of figure things out. The next time you correct it. It's like, not that we failed the first time, but it's like, so we learned the first time, and you and I even talked about it. It was like, okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna friend those kids day 1. We're not gonna wait till like 3 days into it and joke around.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just gonna go right away. And that was our whole goal today.
And you went right away. I mean, like,
Yeah.
when we found out there's a group, we've got 5 boys and 10 girls in this class.
And they're all best friends. So
And
it's
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
but they like gravitated towards Amanda and started actually joking around with her.
Well, it was cool because
They're
it was
joking
like,
around with us, too.
there was one girl that came early, and we talked to her and thought, there's no way she's in our class because she looked like she was about 8. And then she's like, I'm in grade 8, and I'm 13. And it's like, I'm in your class. And then another girl showed up. And so they
Yeah.
started walking around the school. And then all of a sudden, we were saying hi to the other kids, and then all of a sudden, 3 girls were walking around the school, and then 4.
They were doing these laps.
And then there was like 6. And one of us went, Amanda, go walk with them. And she just went, okay. And she walked backwards with
I
this
was,
group.
getting all their names. I was like, okay, I gotta know your names. You're all in our class. So, they say things and you're like, what? And then you try and say it and they just laugh at you. And you're like, what am I saying wrong? You have to help me. You
No,
can't
that's
tell
awesome.
when their first name ends and when
Yeah.
their last name starts.
So let's just back up for a second. I want to hear from you, Amanda, what your thoughts about the day as a whole,
Yeah.
but just in contrast between yesterday, which felt more like home in a way,
Mhm.
to today, which was very foreign.
Yes.
What would you? I want to hear that in your words. What you thought was.
Well, I'm just like all sorts of tired today. Like I'm mentally, I'm emotionally, I'm physically tired. We walked not as much as we did yesterday, but the places we walked and the way we had to walk was just like a lot.
It wasn't easy strolling.
No.
Because we went to Howrah. Howrah, we went from like, wow, things are really improving in Kolkata to nothing's really changed in Howrah, in the slums.
I think Howrah is more how I expected Kolkata to be. Like it's just chaos and there's people everywhere and it's like the horns are constant and blaring and yeah, you just have to dodge the buses and not get trapped between them and dodge the cows and the people and the bike. It's a different level of poverty that you don't really see as much, at least in the Kolkata side. But after you go over the bridge, it's like almost like a different
It's totally.
level of whatever. But yeah, once we got to the school, we were the first people really in there, and hello.
Tyrone, how are you?
Hi.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Hi.
It's good to see you. How is your family?
Okay.
Okay, good.
You been good? Good. Yep, we're back for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Will we see you around? You'll be around? Yes?
This is my daughter, Amanda.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
This is Tyrone. Yes. Tyrone makes good yogurt.
Yeah.
Yes, the best yogurt.
Very good yogurt. Yes.
Is Mr. George here?
no, upstairs.
He is here. Is he now?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Are
Were
you-
you here today? Did you clean today?
no, I'm
No,
going
not you.
home. Oh, no.
Okay, okay. You're going home? Oh, good. It was good to see
Okay,
you.
Tyrone, thanks for stopping in.
Thank you. That's good. That was
That
Tyrone.
was Tyrone. That was our
Cook?
cook and helper last time.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
So, yeah. You're talking about contrast and
Oh yeah, yeah. Because yesterday felt, well, definitely in comparison, much more calm, and like I felt like I had a good handle on, walking through the streets and being able to.
you felt confident.
Yeah, I mean, I knew where I was going, but then when you're in the Howrah side, it's like there's no.
It's like going from downtown Sacramento to Howrah.
Yeah, I mean, I like to feel like that. But, yeah, I was talking about school. Once we got into the school and there was no students or kids or teachers yet, and just being able to, like, look around the compound without having to pay attention to anything else, really, I think was really helpful for me, at least, just to see, like, kind of get my bearings around. And then as the kids showed up, it was super fun. And that came into more of my mental exhaustion as they come in and they want to tell you their name and you have to try and remember it. And you can't really because there's 300 kids coming through. But yeah, it was really fun.
Did you ever feel like the thing that I think about the school? I think it's like a little sanctuary.
Yeah.
There's so much going on outside, but behind that gate,
Yeah.
it's like you said, you just feel safe. You walk around. You're not worried about getting hit by a car. You just,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
neat. It's neat. It's interesting. I don't know.
And it's just so cool to see, like, the kids that are living, because a lot of them do live in Howrah and they just, have to walk or bus to school, and a lot of kids live far away, but they still, like, make the journey to come to school, which I think is super cool. And I think they do feel that kind of safety as well, as, like, walking into that gate is like a place to see their friends that they get to see,
Yep.
that one time a day at school. And like we were talking to some of the students when we had met our class, we were in the classroom and getting to know them, and we were saying, what do you do when you go home? Like, do you hang out with your friends, or do you just study, or do you have other family to take care of? And like, no, we never see each other. Like, we just go home and study, and then we eat as a family, and then we go to bed, and we come back. So they only really see each other at school. And I think they take a lot of pride in that friendship of being at school and having that. Yeah.
What's really going to hit you is when we start seeing their houses.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important that you see like where they actually live. And I remember the first date. Remember when Sarah came back and told us about Isha's house? Because her mother kept saying, I don't know that she should go on the field trip. She's like, come talk to my mom. And so Sarah went over to their house, and she came back. She's like, oh my goodness. And this girl was like the main girl of all the girl running the girls. She's like, she sleeps on a blanket, like in the kitchen. She's like, the room has a room and a kitchen all in one. And like, she just lays there with a rolled up blanket, laying on a blanket. That's her bed. Like, and she's like, I came in and she was sound asleep, and they woke her up. And then she's like, her big sister was married and like had a bed, and then like the mom slept on the floor. And then like other little kids, and just like, she was just like, I have never believed it.
Yeah. But
And-
they still have like so much joy. Like when you see them and their smiles.
That's the thing,
it's
is
like, where does it come from?
They're the same kind of kids you would see at any school that any kid like my kids go to.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to put on a smile. But it seems like these kids are genuine. I mean, as far as their...
They are. They totally are. There's no faking their joy.
Yeah.
I wanna hear, tell me highs and lows. What's your high and what's your low for today?
My high be just kind of how the class already gels. Like meeting them was so cool, and I think it's so great that we did that before our class actually started, and that we can, have that and taking those pictures with their names, and so we can actually know who they are when we get there. I think it's super, super good that we did. My low would just be I think the chaos. Like it was just so stressful, and having to navigate and everything. But at the same time, it wasn't really like a low necessarily. It's like it's just different, and I wasn't. I mean, I was expecting it, but I wasn't prepared. I think.
It's pretty assaulting to your senses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like when I told you, say, now is the time, I want you to turn your awareness to 11, right? You go beyond where you thought you could and go a step farther again.
Yeah.
Because
that was right after the bull turned his head and nearly knocked me over.
Yeah, we're walking through the streets.
I was following her. That
Yeah.
bull just went like, I'm gonna knock you down.
Oh, that's good. You excited about?
Oh, so excited. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
What was your thoughts on the bus? As you looked out, as on the bus.
I don't even know if I could process it. Also, the jerkiness of it was kind of interesting because, I'm slamming my rib cage into the seat in front
We
of me.
were standing the whole time.
Right. Nearly knocked the lady's head off every time. But, yeah, there's just people everywhere. And the vendors on the streets are just full of stuff.
I could never
It's
explain
like,
to anybody. It's non-stop.
Yeah.
Miles and miles and
Down
miles of the
alleyways
same
of the same
things.
thing.
And then you go, yeah, that road goes for a mile that way. And
Yeah.
I'll never go down that road.
And the people that are walking in the streets, and then they, here's the bus, and then they're walking right here, and then a bike comes by, and everything's just it's crazy. I would not want to drive here. I'd say that for sure.
I wouldn't want to be there.
Sometimes I don't even want to walk. But
That's good stuff.
It's going to be a good class.
You have a high and a low?
I don't really have a low today. I mean, the low is now. I'm just tired.
yeah.
It just hits you like a ton of bricks. You get back and we open the door and flip the lights on. It was the high. There was a lot of highs today. I think for me, one of the big highs was seeing 3 of our students from last time.
It was awesome.
Seeing Uzma and Nancy and Aman.
And Pluck.
And Palak. We saw 4 of them, yeah. But I loved it. Uzma came in. We had her come in and eat with us, and she was scared to, come in and eat. And it was just fun talking to her. And gonna go get a
I love
haircut.
meeting her.
Gonna get my head shaved tomorrow from her dad. So that'll be fun.
That was very cool for you to you guys connected,
Yeah.
and she wanted to spend time with you. And she's just
Yeah.
the sweetest girl.
She is. She really is. Yeah. What's your high and low?
High would be my biggest goal from last time. Let's back up just a little bit. Last time, I felt bad the day we left because that day that we left, I had a really good conversation with one of our students, one of the male or boys, and it was just I missed so many opportunities in that month that I could have had genuine relationship building life moments, right? And I didn't do it, and it made me very frustrated and mad that I didn't do it. High, I was face to face, as close as you and I are, with those boys today for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Of just back and forth, question, answer, cracking jokes, doing all that kind of stuff. That was awesome, right?
Yeah, that was fun to watch you do that too.
It was.
So to me, that was just okay, breakthrough moment. These next few weeks are going to be incredible with these boys. I mean, they're going from, there's a couple of them that were, thought they're kind of cool, right? But even in that 30 minutes, there was a breakdown of them. And I can see by the end of this time,
They're your friends.
they are.
Yeah.
So, that was total high. Looking at those girls interacting with you was a big high for me. That's just you're in the right place.
Yeah.
They have just respect for you already. It's just going to be incredible. I mean, the things that you'll be able to build into their lives with, stories that you can share, life moments, are going to be things that will affect them for the rest of their life, as well as affecting you. So those would be the big highs for me. I actually really enjoyed. We had actually better connection with Miss Sarkar, the headmistress of the school, than we had the whole month that we were here for. We had better interaction.
And it took a while today. It wasn't like an
wasn't
instant thing either. Like, she didn't even say really, just was like, hi, and walked by us.
So, but I think this time again, that's another breakthrough moment. Like,
Yeah.
it's really good. So those are the highs. It just was fantastic time in the school. Low was just, the day started out harder physically. I mean, it started as very noisy this morning at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff started going at 3 a.m. There's just a
The
lot of
Muslim
noise.
prayers start early and-
Muslim prayers started early, so it was just noisy and couldn't get back to bed. So I feel very tired, but I don't feel emotionally drained necessarily,
Yeah.
which is
Which
great.
the last trip we were many nights.
Day
we
3
didn't
was
want to talk.
tough,
We
yeah.
couldn't do what we're doing now. We just looked at each other and went like, you don't want to talk about anything?
Yeah.
We all just went, no. Sarah went and closed her door.
Mhm.
You and I didn't really talk.
No, we just sat across from each other, didn't do anything. But lows, I don't think I really have a major low. It was far more positive today.
Yeah,
Good.
I think a lot happened, but it was all really good stuff.
Mhm.
You excited about this thing?
I know what your low is. Your toilet overflowed. You don't have a toilet in your room now.
Or shower,
that's the
or
funny
sink.
thing.
Or a shower or sink.
When you
Like,
say that, it sounds like it, bubbled up from below and out. So where we're staying here, it's just this new toilet
Yeah.
that they installed, and it was pretty funny when we looked at it this morning. It's coming up through the
To the back of the
through
toilet.
lid.
He's like, that's not the shower going off. He was standing in the bathroom. I woke up and he's like, that's not the shower going off. It's the toilet. And I was like, what? He goes, the toilet's overflowing. It's like,
Water
no.
pouring out of every hole in that toilet, and then the pipe
pipe broke.
decided to
Broke.
spring a leak too. So we had a very wet bathroom to start the morning, and actually I was doing that at 5 a.m.
Yeah, so
So-
it's not fun.
No, but it's all right.
Yep.
It's not my house.
And then tonight we went to Fire Night, which is a pizza place around the
a nice
corner.
high moment, actually. Just a
Yeah.
nice.
It's a nice escape.
Smooth
There's certain
jazz.
things I think we realized, right? And I think you've seen it just in the 2 days we've been here. You need moments of escape. You just need moments where it feels a little like home. People
'Cause-
might make fun of you. Oh, why didn't you eat cultural food the whole time? Well, you know what?
To keep your sanity.
We are
And your
immersed into this culture with what we're doing. It's not like we're on vacation. So that's the thing. It's like if I was on vacation, yeah, I would try every Indian restaurant out there.
Yeah.
But we're not on vacation, we're working. And sometimes since we're so immersed in people's lives, we just need some home, so
Yep. It's great. A touch of home.
we'll touch it home. Speaking of home.
Speaking of home, that's gonna be everybody waking up at my house, saying good morning. But doesn't feel like it's only 7 o'clock at night.
No, I feel like it's midnight.
At least midnight, yeah.
It's 5:30 in the morning at home.
What do you
Tomorrow.
want to do tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday, right?
Tomorrow's
So we
Saturday.
don't have to do any school stuff. We do
So-
have to memorize 15 names, but
We decided we were gonna, I think, go to Mother Teresa's
that's
house,
Yep.
mother's house, and there's a crazy cemetery down the road.
So I think you'll enjoy that cemetery.
I like
Great big-
cemeteries.
What do they call them? Sepulchers or great big tombs? Sepulchers.
Yeah, we'll hang out with Mother Teresa. She's actually
Chilling.
it's because they stored
You
there.
better
That
say
sounds
chilling.
terrible. her cement her
Her remains, her tomb.
cement casket is sitting there.
Yeah, her tomb is there. We'll get to go there.
And you look at where her bedroom, and it's pretty. I think a pretty neat thing.
It's nice because it's kind of storyboarded out. Like it tells you the story of her. Where I don't really quite understand who she was and what she did. And she did a lot of great stuff here in Kolkata.
And you're getting the shave and the haircut.
I'm gonna get a shave and a haircut and a massage, head massage.
Head massage. That's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna film that. So
Yeah.
That'll be
It's
fun.
gonna
I like getting laughed at when we come to foreign countries.
That happens to you a
You know,
lot.
It does.
Uzma said today as you were getting your little Hindu marking, she goes, Mark is just so crazy. He talks to everyone. He can go with anybody.
Yeah, so that happened today too, huh?
Was that a high or a low, or just Dora? I don't know.
I didn't care. I just said hi to that sadhu guy that was running the temple.
Wait,
there
he's
by
like pulling you inside this
Yeah.
dark room. Like I'm not.
and I'm all,
I'm gonna keep walking.
He's like, namaste. And he's like, namaste. And then he's like, come. It's like, uh-oh. And he turned around and I thought, oh no, I gotta eat something. Because the last time we were there, the guy like pulled some leaf stuff. And I had to use my little magician thing of switching hands. Really good, thank you.
But today,
Today it was like,
you couldn't stop the.
you couldn't stop. Next thing you know is he's going sleep, boop, to put a dot on my, right in here, an orange dot, yellow dot.
It looked like mustard.
Still, look, it's this color. See?
No.
It's pouring off on your belly.
It's just right there, a little bit left, but, so it burned a little bit.
You still kind of have a red mark actually there.
Yeah. Who knows what that was?
I don't know.
I
what
thought it
that
was
on
mustard.
there. That's what it looked like.
Hey, your hot dog.
But he let me take his photo, so I got a great photo of
You
him
did
by
get
the
a nice
river.
portrait.
He gave me a big hands up.
And then what did you do?
Then he gave me a banana. Then I had to follow him and he was like, because I took his portrait and he gave me a banana. And so I gave it to Uzma's brother, Faz. So it's just there's these little stories that are fun.
That's the stuff that makes it highly unusual.
Yeah. I just this year decided I'm going to just be as friendly and say hi to as many people as I can.
And they all respond.
Yeah, they do.
Sometimes they give you stuff.
I love trying to speak Hindi, and I can't do it well at all, but
But you're trying.
I'm trying.
You're always very trying.
I try different ways to see what gets the best. I think I'm just going to settle on namaste.
Yeah.
I think that namaskar, people really respond to it.
See, the thing is, like,
Right.
people are, they say namaskar because that's what, the locals do. They know you're not Hindi.
Exactly.
They know you're not Indian. So I think namaste is
Uh-huh.
okay.
And order by, they just looked at me like, what? So, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Go to bed.
I think so. Let's do that.
Okay.
Till tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.